Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Spyro the Dragon. Let's get toasty! Last two episodes I only talked about content creation and channel management, and today we're probably gonna talk about more of that because I'm recording this straight after the last two episodes, so I'm still in that mood. Maybe if I don't want to talk about that kind of stuff I should just take a little bit of a break and then come back in. Oh fuck! And I come back in like an hour or so and I'm already talking about content creation and different methods of like commentary. It's a curse, man, I'm telling you, it's a curse. I've gotten better at Spyro, by the way. Last time I did my Let's Play, I consistently got hit by all of those dogs. And now I only got hit by one. Because I know how to evade them a little bit. I mean, I don't know if this is particularly efficient the way I'm doing it now. But it feels like I'm pro. And that's important. Okay, this might be a little bit more of an issue. It actually isn't, surprisingly. Wow, I'm not talking about content creation, I'm talking about the game, which is probably just as bad. I mean, I can talk more about black holes and artificial intelligence wiping out humanity. If you guys like that. It's a little bit depressing, admittedly. So, how exactly can you hit me when I can't hit you, while our attacks should have roughly the same range? I call bullshit. Oh my... I remember there was something around a corner which was really annoying to deal with, and that was that. Actually, I could have done this within 3 minutes, I realise now, because this is a boss fight, and those boss stages are usually a little bit shorter, especially the first one, because we're already almost done with this stage. Also, recording 3 episodes in a row, when I record a video, I don't close my window. I do close my door. And of course, there's a game console, which is producing quite a bit of heat when I record a video, or a computer. Actually, both are producing quite a bit of heat. I need a new processor, really. That would mostly fix that problem. Because I've got an AMD FX processor now, and those things, you can fucking fry an egg on that when you use them. Fuck. They get hot. The meant for water cooling. I'm air cooling it, so my room gets ridiculously hot when I am exporting a video, for instance. And my room isn't that big, either. So, during the winter times, that's great. Because I get like free... I mean, I don't pay... well, I pay rent, but my rent is like all included. So, yeah. I pay a set amount of money each month anyway. So, it doesn't really matter how much like electricity and water I use. But it's just kind of nice that I don't have to like fuck with the radiator and just turn on my PC and my room will get like nice and cozy. And sometimes it gets ridiculously hot. I think that literally did take under 3 minutes, let's see. I've got my stopwatch here. Yeah, that definitely took maybe 4 minutes. So recording 3 or 4 episodes in a row, it's kind of a pain, but when you're in the mood to record, you just want to record a lot, because especially lately, I've got summer vacation now. Also, just defeated the first world entirely. I'm with summer vacation now, so the thing is, sometimes I just really feel like recording, and sometimes I just really feel like doing nothing and sleeping a lot. And when I feel like recording, I tend to make sure that I record a lot, so that in theory I could record like twice a week and that would do it. Thing is, when I record, I usually record one game and then 2, 3 or 4 episodes. So I still need to record more often because I've got like 3 or 4 series going on. But I always try to record more than I upload, because I know once the school year starts again, and I'm gonna have to go back to doing a full-time internship. Yeah, I might record less than I upload, and that's not particularly what we want, of course. So having a huge ass backlog is a pretty good thing in that case. I mean, only having to do a spotlight video really on like a quote-unquote real-time schedule, which means never more than like 2 weeks in advance probably, because I want to do some of the racing stuff. Not the most racing, it doesn't have to be released like 2 days before the video goes up, but at least not like 2 months. And even then, wouldn't even be that bad, thinking about it. I don't want to draw attention to the fact that I'm talking about channel management again. But I'm talking about challenge. Why do I say challenge every time I try to say a challenge? I said fuck, I tried to make a joke out of it and I said it wrong again. I wonder how many lives I'll have by the end of this, because I'm not bragging, but for like a casual player, I'm pretty good at this game. I would like to say. I mean, I'm no speedrunner by any means. For a casual player, I get around in this game. I think if I really try to, and I wasn't commentating as well, I could probably beat the entire game 100%. I don't want to say without dying, but certainly with like at most 5 deaths. Because I know this game so inside out, it's ridiculous. This game on Spyro 2, I just know. I mean, that kind of thing does happen. That's why we have hit points. I didn't say without getting hit, I said without dying. Does that hit? Probably doesn't. It does, I'm happy. By all accounts, that shouldn't hit. If that was the same power behind both blasts, that shouldn't hit. Just saying. There's more than 100 gems in this help world. Don't like that. I just said how well I know this game. Oh, there you go. I'm gonna say, and I don't know how to get to the next part of this overview. But then again, out of everything in this entire game, I think I might know Peacekeeper's overworld the least well. I don't want to say the worst, because I still know it rather well, but the least well. I think this is actually a rather... This is officially the first speedway you're supposed to get, so I think this is a rather easy one. It might be, I don't know. Feels like it is, because I'm almost gaining time. Ah, no, I'm still losing time, never mind. Would have been awesome if I was actually gaining time though, starting with 25 seconds and ending with 35. Is that possible? Speedrunners, tell me. Is it possible to increment the amount of time you have in these things? Because that would actually be kind of awesome if you could do that. I mean, I'm certainly not doing a good job of trying right now. Well, I'm definitely trying, but I'm doing things kind of out of order, I feel. No, don't fall into the water. Don't fall into the water. Don't know how I managed to live there, but I did. And it felt awesome. So what do I do now? Because the path splits here. Oh fuck. I need another tower. I need another tower. There you go. Oh, that was the last tower as well. Wow. That was actually pretty easy, yeah. I think this is the first flying stage you're supposed to do, first speedway. I always call them flying stages because I used to call them that as a kid. Of course, I used to call them by like flying stages in Dutch because I didn't call things by English names when I was a kid, for obvious reasons. Because I didn't communicate with my friends and family in English. At least usually I didn't. Well, funny story that. Yeah, funny story. Of course, my friends, like people I know, family, all Dutch people, right? I mean, there's a couple of people I met online, of course, which aren't Dutch, and I talk English to when I talk to them. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Well, everybody I know in real life, of course, I talk to in Dutch. Shouldn't surprise you a lot. I think at this point, might be a year and a half-ish ago, with my school, we went to Berlin, and like late at night, me and a classmate of mine were standing in front of a bar, just like having a beer, and we were talking about something. I don't know, it was either gaming or anime related. And what else, right? And somehow one of us just kind of like used an English word to express what we meant. And from there, the conversation just kind of continued into English. And we spent a pretty good time having a conversation in English. And then some guy, fuck if we knew who he was, no idea, just kind of joined the conversation. I was like, oh, you guys are like English or American? I'm like, no, we're Dutch. Oh, you both are? Yeah, we both are. Well, you're talking in English? Like, yeah, we are. Why? Dude, we have no idea. We just are. And then we proceeded to talk to him too, in English, of course, because I think he might have just been German. I mean, we were in Berlin, so fair enough. Probably quite a lot of Germans there, right? That's not particularly true, because Berlin is, in that way, I mean, it's similar to Amsterdam and more than one way, I'd say. But it's similar to Amsterdam in that way. I've worked for half a year in Amsterdam for the past half a year. You can actually drown in those things. And one thing you'll immediately notice if you live in the Netherlands and then go live in or near Amsterdam, and just if you spend a lot of time in Amsterdam, you'll notice what's the time left in this episode actually, before I head into a stage. I think, yeah, I'm gonna finish this story and I'm just gonna go into, oh no, that's a long stage. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Amsterdam. You kind of like stop noticing that you're in the Netherlands because a lot of people just don't speak Dutch, and the general vibe of the city doesn't feel Dutch either. And although I don't know a lot about Germany, let's do Dr. Champ. It's a boss fight, it's not too long. I don't know a lot about Germany, admittedly, but it felt different. I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of... Oh fuck, I need to go back to get the gem from him. I always forget that in this stage. But yeah, it did honestly feel like it was... I think most capital cities have this, where it doesn't feel like it's part of the country, but it's part of the world, if that makes any sense. It's just all the capital cities in the world, Amsterdam, Berlin, I don't fucking know what else, like share this Could you shut it? Share a secret country. This is a great conspiracy. People, write this down. Make a video about this. I could be rich if I made a video about this. All the capitals around the world, like Berlin, Amsterdam. What else do you have? Like, not good with like cities and countries. London, for instance. London doesn't really have that feeling, to be honest, but that's maybe because it's natively English speaking, so you don't really notice people not speaking the native language there. But generally, it does have a different feeling. I'm not saying that Amsterdam and Berlin are like identical cities, but they share a certain thing, which London doesn't have. And people watching this might be like, oh, this guy's been places in this world. No, that's actually the only 3 capitals of countries I've ever been in the world. Have I been in Paris? I don't think I've ever been in Paris. I've been a lot in Disneyland, I'll admit. I don't think I've actually been in the city of Paris. I've been very close, but not actually in. Interesting, never thought about it that way. I've really only been ever to England, and of course I live in the Netherlands. Oh, shit. And Germany, I think. Well, Belgium, actually, and France. But as far as capitals go, I've only been to Berlin, Amsterdam, and London. Oh, fuck. I knew it was a decoy. Why did I go for it? I mean, I want to go to other places. I mean, I really want... As much as I, like, make fun of America and Americans a lot of the time, especially with Donald Trump getting elected as president, how the fuck did that even happen? I don't think anybody still knows how that happened. I still do want to go to America, because, well, parts of it at least. How do you even? I'm seriously, do you just... How do you even? Once I get a lot of money, I'll go to America. In other words, probably never. It's expensive going to America, man. I mean, for my standards, it's already expensive going to the UK, which is why I'm not in the UK right now. I was gonna go to England this summer. Didn't end up happening because it's pretty expensive. It's a couple hundred euros to get back and forth and like live. Because I also need to eat there, and well, that's not too cheap. Okay, let me concentrate on this fight for just like a second and then I'll continue the story. Thank you. And I also moved, which took away all of my spare money I would have had for maybe traveling. The last hit is so much easier than the second, holy fuck. That being said, I am really happy with the place I live in. So, I mean, the place I was living in before was decent. I had a bed and a roof. I had my PC. I could just do whatever I wanted, really. But fuck. I'm a lot happier where I am now. Because now I'm actually living in a city. I was living in a town near Amsterdam, like half an hour from Amsterdam before. And it wasn't that great. The only thing they really had there was a lot of fish. And now I'm just living in a city, and I chose to live here rather than living there because, well, internship in Amsterdam, gotta live somewhere close. That's how I ended up there. And I don't like have a lot of emotional connection to a home or a place I live, to be honest. But it does feel nice just feeling happy about your place of residence. Really does. Also, this episode is going on for way too long, but I need to find those last fucking 10 gems. Oh, way too long, it's only 2 minutes by now. A little bit more, maybe 3. I genuinely don't know where the last 10 gems are, and that's worrying. Are they on the platform there? Did I miss them? I feel like that's a possibility. Yeah, didn't see that. Huh? Where did I miss gems? Are there some around the platforms here? On the platforms? No. Well, am I just stupid? That's not a rhetorical question. Or just making fun of myself. That's a legitimate question. Am I just stupid? Because that is a very real possibility. I'm missing something very, very obvious. Huh? I don't know. Fuck. I don't even need to make that jump. Again, I can definitely complete this game without dying, as you can tell. Did I not kill you? Yes, I did. Genuinely don't have a clue where those last gems are. Are they, as always, back here? No, they're not. It's just 10 gems, right? Yeah, it is. It's not 110, because I would have found 110 gems laying around somewhere. At least a part of it. So where are they? Are you going to tell me I missed something? No. Okay, so I'll cut to when I find them. I don't have any particular stories that I can start now anyway. And finish at the same time. Also, he died again. You've got to be kidding me. This is just an enemy randomly standing here that drops 10 gems. I'm done. Thanks so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Please, I hope you enjoyed the video. Until the next time, do not forget to leave a... Fuck, I already said that. I'm trying to, like, rework my outro so it makes a little bit more sense. But it's so burned into, like, my being that it's difficult. Anyway, bye.